feel about there being a female president?
Good question.
Go ahead.
There have been approximately maybe a dozen head of states in other countries, Golda Meir, and go on and on and on with that. And I think I would vote for Hillary in a heartbeat. I think the only thing that worries me is, when it becomes that time of the month.
Oh
And,
my God, I cannot believe you made a sexist
maybe the world would be destroyed.
Shame on you.
And the world could be destroyed, And,
Could you believe
oh,
that
come
he
on.
is-
I would vote. Let me tell you something. Why not? Why not? Why can't a deaf person drive an MTA bus? If a deaf person can get a driver's
hear somebody
license,
honk.
well, let me ask you something. If they're in a car, can you hear somebody honking and you're deaf? So if you can get a license as a deaf person to drive, you should be able to at least apply for an MTA bus.
What does
right?
that have to do with the woman
And
president?
well, no, I'm just telling you stereotype images
Okay.
with the woman.
Okay, so we got him on that. So
Am I right?
Yeah, well, whatever.
I mean,
Okay,
Yeah.
now we want to ask you how you feel.
and she was a terrific head of state, by
Thank
the
you.
way.
How you feel about saving souls, about helping people. I know how you feel, but they don't. How you feel about saving souls, about helping people, about giving your time, donating your time to help other people.
Well, I told you when I ran the. Hold on, just give me a second.
Yes, I
Just
know it takes you
hold on.
time to think.
Oh, okay. Well, several years ago when I ran the department in Brooklyn, I was in charge of the child support program.
I would have loved that.
And the court's philosophy is very simple, as I would tell the custodial parent when they came into me, who was mandated to come in so we could try to find them jobs and everybody would prosper. The parent, the custodial parent, the non-custodial parent, the child, of course, most importantly. And I would tell the custodial parents that the court's philosophy is pretty simple. Put your bills away. Every child that comes into this world deserves the emotional and financial
100%.
support of both parents. And
He's
you know what?
He's very
And
natural.
and if you think about that, is that asking too much?
No, that's the responsibility, isn't it?
So it's
Is it just about
sometimes
a
it
night
just
of
boggles
glory,
my
or is it
mind.
about helping
that-
children?
Yeah, and I think with all the single parent households today, and the parent may even be working 2 or 3 jobs and not spending quality time with the children. That's a problem. That's a problem for society down the road, and I think we all have to do a better job.
I agree with you. I think that's good. Now, have you thought of anything to contribute to our auction, to donate time to something?
Okay, I'm gonna
No,
cut it.
What?
Do you want me to cut it?
No, I like to hear Jerry talk.
How about you?
If she already said enough.
No,
Well, how do you feel about our homeless situation?
I think veterans, when you talk
Veterans,
about
it's
homeless,
a terrible thing.
I believe veterans make up, from the estimates, depending on who you want to believe, about 27% of the homeless issues. Here's the question I have. Why do veterans become homeless? What is it that leads veterans to becoming homeless? Is it a lot of drug issues? I'm sure that's probably part of the issue. But again, I'm ashamed to be an American. Twice in my life,
So
I think
am
I
I.
could remember being ashamed to be American. Once, when I read and saw the film about Joe Louis and what the IRS did to this man who joined the military and entertained the troops, and then to go after him and do what they did to him, I was ashamed to be an American. I'm ashamed to be American today.
I'm ashamed to be American when I see a person
Seeing
holding a
people
sign
dying
on the
because
street
they
corner.
can't get
Right,
in
exactly.
for medical treatment,
Exactly.
that they put their lives on the line, is absolutely mind-boggling.
Terrible.
And
Absolutely
Shinseki is only part of the systemic problem.
We have so much.
It's systemic.
So many problems.
They need to break it down and start over again.
Okay, Ariana. Wait, don't go yet, because you need to hear her talk. Okay, Ariana. We're just talking about the
Nice
problem,
tree.
Thank you.
the problem of hunger in New York. About people, you know, when we went to
I gotta get
14th Street.
over there. I gotta
Okay,
get
just
something.
just listen
Go,
to it for
go.
2 minutes. Go ahead. We're talking about hunger. Go ahead.
Okay, what do you guys want me to say? Oh,
About the hunger problem in New York.
Okay, the hunger problem in New York, I definitely would have to say is detrimental to people's, just, first of all, their mental psyche of being out on the streets, not having a place to stay, that is actually feeling unsafe, and because you're feeling unsafe, you're putting defense mechanism up, and then you feel defensive to everyone that you meet. And in turn, because you're not eating, you're probably not feeling well, so you're malnourished, and in turn, just that messes with your whole psyche again, as saying that, and your body function. So, just in all, it's detrimental, and I'd say that it's not okay.
Well, that is absolutely terrific. It's almost systemic again, the way it just trickles down to everything else. And not to mention that if you don't have a roof over your head, you're never going to be able to get a job because you're going to keep wondering
That's
where to
it. How
go.
can you possibly
and,
get a job?
And how about a telephone? How about a resume? What telephone number do you put if you're homeless? I mean, how do people get in touch with you? It's really a destructive mechanism, if you will, that just trickles down and destroys the person. I think it destroys the person spiritually.
How would you solve that problem? That's the last thing I'm going to ask you because I know that you're busy.
First thing I would do if I had homeless people is I want to make sure that if I had a shelter, that it was safe for them, that they didn't have to worry. Once they felt that they had
See,
a roof over
safe.
their head, that's a little bit of the battle. The other thing I would do, once I felt that was in place, then I would set up like a tie line, telephone, and we'd do their resumes, and I'd have a telephone number for everybody, same telephone number, just have it as a little call center, and employers can leave messages, just like your own little
I like that stuff.
call.
That's
Or
what
I
we
would
need.
get them cell phones, from the government because they were homeless.
Why
You
can't
can-
we do this?
And I can go on and on and on. I can
I'm
give you a
asking
whole
you, why
layout, but
can't
I
we?
gotta run.
Okay, I understand that, but why can't we do this? That's my last question to you.
Well, I think it can be done. I just think that maybe enough people don't care.
But if we started that whole thing, and we did start.
Why do
saving
so many
souls,
children in this country go to bed hungry? Why is the poverty line getting worse, and the divide is getting worse between
Because
the
the rich
haves and
people
the
have taken
have-nots?
over the world, and they don't give a damn about the poor.
You
That's
know,
it.
and there's a lot of animosity. And you want to know something? Don't be surprised down the road if that animosity goes to the streets, because I think people are fed
Oh,
up with the
100%.
political system.
You're a very
I-
good speaker.
Let's
Let's write him down for the
Yeah,
summer
write him
conference. He'll speak.
Please.
That was very interesting.